What's going on, AWGFAM? Welcome back to the channel. So, today, I am doing a video, and I'm going to be doing basically a tactical breakdown from the DC brawl after the Million MAGA March, when the Proud Boys got out there and handled some business with Antifa. So, and if you guys don't know, before all this went down, Antifa was trying to storm the lobby of the Hyatt, where Trump supporters were staying. And Proud Boys found out that that was going down, and they took off. They all ran down, and they went to go handle the business, because they weren't going to have people threatening other people like that. So, I'm going to be jumping into this, and I'm going to be just kind of giving my thoughts, pointing stuff out. I'm actually going to be using the cursor for this video. I will be using the cursor so I can kind of point out shit, say where I think they need to work, point out Antifa's downfalls, things like that. So, without further ado, this is Mike from Louisiana. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and check back. I always got some good stuff coming out. But without further ado, let's jump into this. And oh, by the way, I will be in DC on the 12th. So, but yeah, like I said, without further ado, let's jump into this.
Hey, it's Mike from Louisiana. I'm coming to you from Washington, D.C., where we went to the Million MAGA March today. It was an amazing event. Lots and lots of thousands and thousands of people were attended this march, and so it was a great time, but we had some antagonistic action from the group called Antifa, and they were really, really bad today, especially after the night came. They were roaming the streets, they were causing problems, they were trying to break into hotels. They attacked our hotel here, the Hyatt Regency, and I was in the lobby actually when they attacked the hotel, and they went to several hotels and tried to get into the lobby. It was really, really crazy. Now my friend Dwayne Hyatt, he came along with us on this trip, him and his daughter Charlie, and he was in his hotel room when a fight broke out between the same group that attacked us, you know, in these doors right here. They tried to come in our hotel. He was in his hotel room and caught the same group that left after our people pepper sprayed them, and they left, and they went right down to the end of the block right there, and they met up with some people who kicked their butts. These Trump supporters, they kicked their butts. It was crazy. So we've got that footage on here, and I really appreciate Dwayne for sharing that footage with me and letting me post it on this YouTube video. So check it out and leave him a big thank you down below in the comments. So without further ado, check this video out and let me know what you think. Thanks. So that was Antifa over there, and they just kicked him out. What's going on?
Yeah, Antifa's trying to break in.
They don't do it in our neck of the woods. You guys are planning on run your city. You guys trying to come to the door.
Okay, so first thing I want to say. This is one of the first things that I see. You've got these guys right here and right here who are leaving everybody behind to get into it. Look, I get it. You guys are gung ho, like we're gonna do this thing, but you've got to have a sane head going into this. This is combat. This is hand-to-hand combat. when you've only got, we'll say maybe three to 5 guys running up currently, and you've got 20 to 30 over here, this is bad juju for you guys over here. Now, I'm not saying sit here and be a pussy. That's not what I'm saying by any means. But do not go balls to the fucking wall straight off the rip. You gotta conserve some of that energy. Because you never know how bad shit can get. And you don't want to be burnt out when that moment comes. When the real bad shit happens. You don't want to be burned out. So, my thing is, stay together, stay as a group. Form a line. And y'all just jog up. At least, you gotta keep at least the numbers matched. Like, at least have 20 dudes coming up to 20 dudes. I mean, there's always more of them. But when it comes to Antifa, I do understand a lot of them are gonna back up and back down. They're not gonna be a part of the fight. The only way they become part of the fight is when they see their chance to make their little stab and not get hurt. But let me...
Here, look like Trump and Antifa collide right here.
Alright, now, from a technical standpoint, right here, this is a big clusterfuck. There doesn't need to be so many people descending on one area. This group back here should have started flanking this direction to fill in this gap that was formed. Oh, shit. Yeah, you want to fill in the gap being formed here, because if you see, there are guys... We have guys down here who are on their own, really, and you don't want to leave those guys out there. Now, like I said, I'm not saying don't engage, but there needs to be situational awareness going on. Like, everybody's focus shouldn't be here right now. You've got to have focus over in this general direction. This is where they can flank you and come around and start fucking you up from behind. And that's why it's very imperative that you keep an eye on this right here. There needs to be a line drawn saying, you ain't gonna fuck with us from this point back. So, that's a critique there. Right now, it shows, now on the Antifa side, I will say it is good that everybody does stick together really well, but you don't have to mob one area, and you don't want to mob one area. And like I said, there's so much focus here, and not enough focus on what's going on here. And you got this dude here about to get hit. You got all these guys over here with just a couple guys right here. And like I said, everybody focused here. And it's a big no-go. You can't be doing that. Now, Antifa itself, there's already chaos in their ranks. They're all over the place. They're spread everywhere. Which, in a way, it's not a bad thing, but in a way, it is a bad thing. Because all it takes is a few people to come in here, and now you've got, these guys are completely consolidated away from everybody, and if, like I said, if people were paying attention here, they could have taken this force out right here very easily. No shields, none of that bullshit to deal with. You just come over here and handle your business with these guys. And then, like I said, you could actually technically flank around and come and start hitting them from this side and maybe get some guys on the back side over here and be able to bottleneck them in there. Completely cut them off. But I'm not out there. Not boots on ground, so.
I'm missing you.
Right here. Let me back it up for a sec.
I'm missing this.
Let me go back. I want to pay attention to what's going on here. Now, like I said, you can see just everybody is focused right here. And there needs to be focus over here. Paying attention to what's happening right here. I know that there are a mass of guys right here, but these guys back here should be focused on what's happening over here. At least somebody's got to have their head on a swivel, because it doesn't look to me, and I'm not there. I can't say this for sure, but it doesn't seem to me like there are a lot of eyes paying attention, and you want more eyes paying attention to what's happening over here. Now, like I said, it would also be nice to see an actual line kind of being drawn, but this is also, I can't see everything happening over in this area, so I can't say for sure that this isn't a big enough, there isn't a big enough panoramic view of what's happening. So this is just on what I can see personally. Now, and like I said, this all right here, this is a little much for bodies here. It could get spread a little thinner and come a little bit farther down this way and sweep towards this direction. Really, Antifa, I'm surprised to say, but as it gets closer to them, they're actually starting to line up. If you look right here, they're lining up here, all right here. They kind of have lines, some gaggle fucks going on, but as they're consolidating and collapsing, and they're getting fucking wrecked, they are kind of collapsing in and making more of a unified front. But let's keep it going. Okay, now we're starting to see everybody starting to get down in this area, down in here. This is good, filling it in, making sure nobody can get behind on the flank. Like I said, this right here during this melee. These right here are probably the two most important places to keep eyes on to ensure that nobody can swing around and get behind everybody. Same with over here. That's why I keep bringing it up. Those areas right there are the ones that you want to be keeping an eye on, because that's going to be the avenue of somebody getting behind you. And always, always, always you want eyes keeping an eye on what is going on behind you, because you never know if somebody had hid and waited and then came up around and wanted to start fucking people up from behind. So, there's always that potential too. But really your main focus right here is this flank and this flank. You want to keep an eye on what's going on those flanks. And like I said, I'm glad to see that this filled in. That's good. It's a big deal. Now let's keep it on going.
Some people giving Antifa all they want.
Now we're grouping up again over here, which, like I keep saying, that kind of worries me a bit. You got a lot happening down here. It's something I would like to see is more bodies shifting this direction. I know a mass of the fighting is happening here, and even if some people were to swing out this direction and coming in from over here, that wouldn't be too bad of an option either. Kind of flanking them. Man, this is intense. This is hard to make sure I'm trying to stop it at the right points, backing up. Kind of just, yeah, you can see it, real big. This right here, it's got to be extended more down this direction.
There needs to be eyes on the flanks. I mean, here's the other thing too. If you see, they also use flashlights. It's not a bad tactic, but what I will say about flashlights is you need to be careful with those motherfuckers, because that means I know where you are. If I have a rock or a projectile, guess where I'm throwing it? Throwing it at that fucking light, and I'm probably gonna fucking hit you. When it comes to a light, just aim center mass. Just like I've told people, lights on guns, not a good idea. The reason being is if you put a flashlight on your gun and then you turn that flashlight on, yeah, it may be bright as shit and it may be hard for me to see, but if you haven't pulled that trigger yet, you've just given me my fucking target. Because where is your head gonna be? Behind the fucking light. I'm pointing directly at that fucking light and pulling the trigger. I'm just saying. So, lights on firearms, I think, are a bad idea. Unless you're running like a tactical setup, and I can understand having it. But, me personally, I don't like lights. It's a target for me to shoot at. But, let's keep going. See what we see. Now, something I will say, don't ever turn your back to these guys. Ever, 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 don't ever turn your back to the enemy. Right now, and I'm not sitting here, like I said, I'm not there, but I'm telling you now, that's when these are little bitches. They run up and they clock you when you're not fucking looking. So, turning your back to them is a bad idea. I would never turn my back to my enemy. That's something that I would never, ever do. I would be backing out no matter what. Because if you're not facing them, you can't tell whether they're about to throw an object at your head or they're going to run at you with a fucking weapon. That to me is critical. I know people have each other's backs and they have people watching their backs and all that, but for me, just for peace of mind, I always say never turn your back to the enemy, because you never know what's in store for you when you do. Now they're doing a really, really, really fucking great job of pushing these guys back right here. They're doing a phenomenal job pushing them back. They are going toe to toe, man. And this right here, they're, like I keep saying, there's too many guys over here. There's too many wasted bodies. Like, these guys can come over here and fill all this shit in. And that's what I really see, that this whole spot right here, because of how many people I see over here, should be full of bodies. So, I feel like that needs to be a correction that is made, that people stay together and fill in the gaps. Have situational awareness is key in a situation like this. You have to be aware of what's going on, and like I said, that's a massive hole right here. There needs to be more bodies. That dude's a beast. I don't know if you guys saw that. And now they're regrouping, which, that's good. I'm glad to see that they're regrouping. But like I said, I see a lot of space that needs to be filled. That's my biggest critique on this. There needs to be more situational awareness. Not everybody focused on one thing going on. People need to be focused on the fight elsewhere, because there was a lot of time where everybody's over here in this group when a lot of these guys needed to be over in this area filling this in, because honestly, this would have been pushed back a lot faster. Like, Antifa was collapsing in on itself already, and then this push came in. Look, if that push had been there altogether, they would have had no chance. 100%. No chance. Like I said, there were just too many bodies in that back area back there. Not there, I can't say. But I will say there could have been more engagement with Antifa if there had been more bodies there, and it could have been pushed and reduced a lot faster. That was good. Good mace spray right there. We got those guys to flee, which cleared out this whole flank over here. Which that wouldn't have been a bad way to start it off either. Just to keep this area cleared out with a mace spray. Push them all this way. Like I said, get those guys, get those bodies over here. Honestly, I think that would be a very good tactical plan. Is lead with some spray this side down, and get your bodies over here and lock it down on that flank. Spray this side down, lock this flank down, and then y'all can come right down the fucking middle. They wouldn't have anywhere to go. There's no escaping. I think that would be a very, very effective plan.
This is what Washington has needed for a long time. Those Trump people are cleaning the freaking streets. They are backing Antifa's rear end up. They whipped their rear end from the White House, I guess, all the way up to here. I'm trapped, but I would love to be down there, but I'm stuck up here videoing, man. Here comes the cop.
Well, the police showed up. There was a good mace deployment back here somewhere. It's right on the it's on the shield line. Let me see. I'm gonna see if I can find it.
Some people are giving Antifa all they want. What Washington has needed for a long time. Those Trump people are cleaning the freaking streets. They are backing Antifa's rear end up. They whipped their rear end from the White House, I guess, all the way up to here. I'm trapped, but I would love to be down there, but I'm stuck up here videoing, man. Here comes the cop.
Man, I missed it. I can't figure out exactly where it is, but there is a really good mace deployment over here. Shield line ended up backing down really hard after that mace deployment. No, I think my biggest thing that I see in a lot of this and a lot of these videos that I saw from DC was awareness of mace use. That was one of the big things that I saw. Look, you don't want to spray the mace and then get half your guys with it too. Like, if people are downwind from that shit, you need to tell them you're about to spray it so they can get the fuck out the way. Like, you're gonna fuck them up. Another thing, just communication. Like, I know this is fucking chaos. I know, but you still gotta communicate. That's my, that's one of my big things. Communication is key, especially in a situation like this. You want to make sure that everybody knows what's happening. I know it's chaos. Trust me, I get that. But you always got to be aware of what's going on. Like I said, my biggest thing was you've seen all those holes. And those holes need to be filled. Those holes need to have some kind of body. Because that's where you'll have people running in from behind, flanking you because there's nobody there. And they see that as their chance to get in and try and deal some damage and then run. So, I mean, I don't think there's really much else to this video. The police show up, everything clears out. And yeah, that's pretty much it on that video. That was basically the brawl portion of it. But that's gonna do it on this one. Let me know what you guys think, and I will see you guys in the next one. Love you, AWGFAM, and my XMCFAM. I'm out.